Building guitar templates. This is the same process if you're making a body, neck, pickguard, control panel, or anything else. If you're replicating an existing shape, print one offline or trace it from one you have laying around and skip to 3 minutes and 40 seconds. If you're making an original, find something online that's most similar to what you have in mind, print it out, tape it to a table, and cover it with a large sheet of paper. From there, draw your center line. This is the most important part of any build. This controls the alignment of the entire assembly. Begin by tracing the outline of the original template that you found online. From there, begin adjusting the shape to something closer to what you have in mind. I'm going to thin the waist of this guitar based off a 72 thin line Telecaster, exaggerate the upper horn, increase the depth of the cutaway for the lower horn, reduce the size of the lower horn, and exaggerate the shape of the guitar near the input jack. As you go, erase the line you had drawn for the original so it's easier to see your work. Also, if you can, with hardware you have laying around, check the fit of any pieces. Right now I'm checking that the neck ferrules I'm going to be using will fit inside the neck pocket that will be contoured, similar to a Corona Telecaster. I'm also checking the fit of the humbuckers to make sure that the deeper cutaway will not interfere. I'm now transferring my template onto a picture of a completed Telecaster. I'm also sketching out the location of the controls and laying a router template over top to make sure that the cavity that I will route will fit inside the shape I have drawn. You want to make sure there's a flat portion to your body that will allow you to install the jack. When you think you're done, remove the original template from the table. Lay your template back down and cut out the shape with scissors, a sharp knife, razor blade, or X-Acto. Always cutting away from yourself. Lay down something to protect your table. Place down a sheet of MDF wood, medium density fiber. The thickness isn't important unless you're using it as a router template. Then make sure it is at least as thick as the bearing of your cutter. Spray adhesive onto the wood surface and place your template on top of that. Burnish it down with anything you have laying around. I'm using the can of the spray adhesive. For any sharp concave shapes, pre-drill the inside of those shapes with a large drill bit to make it easier to cut out later. clamp your work to a table, I'm going to use a jigsaw to cut this out just to the outside edge of the line I had drawn. You could use a coping saw, bandsaw, scroll saw, or anything else. When you're done, clamp the rough template to a table and file down the outside edge to be smoother and to bring it in to the edge you had drawn earlier. I'm using a Shinto saw rasp, Awasaki file, and a series of other rasps. You could use sandpaper or a barrel sander or any rotary tool. I prefer hand tools because there's less noise and less dust. For inside curves, use a curved file or rasp. Or wrap sandpaper around a dowel or any curved surface. For outside curves, you could use a flat file, rasp, or sandpaper wrapped around a sanding block. The surface finish is not important, as this is just a template to transfer the shape onto the actual wood of the body, or to use as a router template, should you have a router bit with a bearing on it. You could also use this in a router table for a cutter with a bearing bit. If you wanted, you could also include the cutouts for the humbuckers, or pickups, or neck pocket. Here is the completed template. We're now ready to cut out our body.